Yes, people, it's your boy Kori Roze, and you are tuned into another episode of A Sip with Roze. Now, today, we raise a glass and make a toast to the person they call the realest brother on YouTube. You get me? With over 59,000 subscribers, he's quickly becoming one of the rising stars of YouTube. We raise a glass for all his successes so far, but most importantly, all his successes to come. It's my brother Cam Topical Juice.
Damn, I appreciate you, bro, man. Thank you, bro.
You know about them intro there.
That was a real, I'm thinking, raw, like, yeah. Like, he talking about me?
Like, you see, because obviously this is still new. So man's in my room like, right, like, I need to make sure the intro. I can chat in it, but the intro, boy, we were doing like a little test in the mics the other day, and I was like, yeah, man, play it one more time. Like, this thing up a run true, you know.
That was a perfect intro, man.
Hey,
perfect
I
intro.
appreciate
you, bro. Thank you for the humble hospitality and all of that, man.
I'm
excited.
Come on, man. But obviously, first of all, I want to say, obviously, thank you for coming on, bro. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for traveling, bro. Although the train, yo.
You know, trains in this country are always whack, man. It is
bro, I swear to you, I was looking like, why today? You know them ones?
Sunday,
I was watching.
That Sunday travel, bro.
GWR, man. Fix up. But if you want to sponsor the pod, hit me up.
For real.
Hey, you know them ones?
Topical Juice YouTube. Hit me up, man. I say, I'll start singing your praises.
Hey, no cap.
Let's have a little sip.
Hey, took a sip. This is the One Love thing.
Relax. One Love. By the way, One Love on the menu, and it's amazing in this place.
Yeah,
man.
I appreciate you.
I can vouch for that.
Mm-hmm. Come on, I appreciate you, bro. Well, yeah, let's get into it then. Obviously, first of all, bro, it's mad for me because I've been watching you. First of all, like, when did we meet? Like, I met you like not face to face, but online. Like, what, 4 years? Maybe 4 or 5 years.
It was a few years ago, and do you know what? I was thinking this downstairs actually before we started filming. We've got a mutual friend in common.
Yeah.
So I saw Anya the other day actually.
Okay.
I hadn't seen her in a while. I hadn't seen her in a couple of years. And I was thinking about where did we meet? And I'm trying to think of the context in which.
Could remember these times here, obviously. So during COVID, this was like 2020, like fresh COVID and that. It was the Men's Mental Health Week. Remember?
Yeah,
and I was doing something. I was like doing like, you know, on Instagram, just doing a couple of things. Hot to death.
Yeah, innit? I'm literally melting out here.
I was
actually trying to wear this to shout out the person that gave this to me, but bro, I'm sorry, it's too hot for this.
First of all, what is it though?
It's cool. It's a brand called Young Pharaoh.
Okay.
And one of my subscribers gave it to me for free.
Swear
so
down.
I thought I'd bust him on the
come
podcast,
on,
bro. I can't lie, it's hot in here.
Hey, yeah. But big up Young Pharaoh,
yeah,
though.
Listen, shout out Young Pharaoh.
Come on, bro.
I recommend wear it in the winter, proper winter. Like,
Yeah.
I'm actually sweating like a pig.
At least you know it's warm, boy. Winter's coming, so yo.
Yeah, I feel bad for just using it to wipe myself. I mean, I think there's a tissue. I really do fuck with it. I do fuck with the clothing, but I'm just mad hot.
I say, yeah, man, got it for free still.
Yo, listen, it is what it is. We're real at it. We'll keep that in. You know what? Let's try that again. But
that is fucking jokes. Right, back to Anya. Yeah, so.
Kid, now.
So yeah, COVID. It was like Men's Mental Health Week or something, and I was doing something where I was like speaking to other people online, and just like basically just talking about what men really go through. You understand?
Yeah.
And what like these brothers really go through, and kind of like people of, you know, like I spoke to one of my other brothers who's actually just done an episode with us as well, Linus, shout out Linus. Yeah, so that was all about that basically. And I remember she goes, like, I see you doing this. I've got a friend who's a YouTuber, and I think you two will get on. Like, I think you two are basically the same. So I was like, yeah. Obviously get me in contact with mine. And that's how we got in contact. But this is actually the first time for the viewers and listeners. Like, this is actually the first time we've actually seen each other face to face.
Yeah.
Mad. But it's been like 4 years, bro.
It's mad. You know, I've got a lot of like Instagram pen pals. I swear that you talk to for a long time, but you never actually get to meet them. But I think anyone that I'm still in contact with now, even if it's online or real life, it's a testament to them. It means that they add value to my life in some way, shape, or form. So there's a reason why that man's here today, innit?
Come on, bro. I appreciate you, bro. For real, I appreciate that.
Come on, bro. I appreciate the invite as well.
Do you know what? It's true, you know, because you see, like, as you get to big ages, like, I don't need no more friend, you know. I said straight, I don't need no new friends. Like, I'll be so real. Like, I got to the stage of my life where I'm just like, if anything, I'm detracted. Like, I'm getting people out, because like, if you're not adding value, you get me. I got my close brethren. You get me, my family. You know what I mean? And even certain family members. Sorry.
Listen, if they get chopped, then it is what it is. They get chopped, they get chopped. It is what it is.
You get me? You know who you are. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
That little shade. That little shade.
No cap. But obviously, like, yeah.
No, No, you know what though? Just before you carry on.
Yeah.
I do agree with you actually in terms of like, I'm being a bit more selective about who I let into my world or whatnot, and who I give my energy to. However, it's interesting because I've met a few people over the last, let's say, two people I've got in mind who I've met, one 4 years ago and one last year. So I thought 4 or 5 years ago, I wasn't prepared to let anyone kind of in.
Yeah.
Those two people, one I met 4 years, my boy Eloso, and then one of my girls, Monica. I am so happy that I met them and let them in because I would consider them very, very extremely close friends.
Okay.
And so there's even now, like even in 10 years time, we're still gonna meet. We don't know them yet, but we're gonna meet people that could actually we really connect with and add value with. So it's about even though I'm kind of like no new friends, I'm open.
Yeah.
That if I see that you're adding value to man or whatever, alright, cool, then we can. Because I like people. Actually, I was about to say I like people. I don't really like people that much, but I kind of like.
You're a people's person. You're sociable.
I'm sociable. I'm sociable. I just don't really. And because I'm sociable, I've clocked. I don't really like people that much.
Okay. Yeah. No, I hear that because I'll chat to anyone, you know.
Yeah.
But after like 5 minutes, listen. You see, like they were like, oh, if I was a mutant fam, that would be my thing. That's my thing. Like I'll speak to you for 5 minutes. I know if you're on fuckery. Like I can gauge the fuckery. You understand? So I'm like, you're not really my sort of person, or they really. Amount of times I've said to my girl, yo, you get me? I don't know about that person, you know. You get me? On like not even on a, but just on a, on a business thing or something. She'd be like, I met this person business. I'm like, I'm not sure, and she's like, like you always do this. I'm like, all right, cool. About 3 months later, she did one more. I just like, you get me?
I told you.
I told you. Hey, but yeah, fuck it. So obviously, so that's the first time we met, man. But obviously, I want to go back before we start getting into the YouTube and all them things. Like, so where did you grow up?
So I'm from. So I was born in Guy's Hospital in London, and I was living in New Cross.
Okay.
So I grew up in Southeast London. Spent my early life in New Cross. Moved around Southeast a lot. So I was Deptford, Catford. So Lewisham was, and my brother. I've got a half brother, so my brother lives in Peckham. He's older than me. He's from my dad's side. So
I got family from there as well.
From the Narm, you feel me? So Queens Road side. So I was always around Southeast, and then I moved a little bit further out to like Southeast Kent border. Okay. And I'm still around that side now in a sense of, I don't like to say exactly where.
Yeah, obviously, of course, listen.
You know how it is, man. It's just a street smart. So, you know, obviously the YouTube that I do as well, I piss a lot of people off. I've really got up that pagans but always Southeast London. Always Southeast. Like, growing up in London at that time, you didn't know anything else apart from the area that you were in. If you were North, all you knew is North. If you were West, I don't think I went to West or North. Well, I went to Portobello Market a few times when I was a kid, and Wembley Market because I had family in Holston. But like outside of that, you didn't really venture outside of your area. You know what I'm saying? Like East, West, it was foreign. It was foreign to me.
Yeah.
So even when I go North now, I'm like, what is this? I'm in Middle Earth right now.
But we're grown now, so it's different. But back then, you're right. Yeah. I think more time. I didn't really. Obviously, I was born and raised in Luton. You feel me? And that's obviously just outside. Outside of London, obviously not London. I get that straight. And everyone's like, Luton. So London. Like, no, I'm from Luton, bro. It's different.
It's gully though. Like, I'm saying, like Luton. I used to do. I used to do business up there. Listen. No. I used to know some people in Luton, man. It's years back.
Come on, cause people really know that. It's so funny though, bro. Because I remember, like, you see, obviously everyone doing, you get me, the kite line, all them, everyone doing their thing. But no one really fucks with Luton. Like, Luton's got their own thing of Guan.
It's its own.
Do you know what I mean? Everyone I say, they're like, where you from? I'm from Luton. Oh, swear. Like, even man, you get me, man, from South, everyone knows. Like, obviously respect to everyone and that, but everyone kind of knows. Yeah, Luton, man. Big up my Luton people that are watching. You understand? Live and direct. But
for sure.
But yeah, no, it's the same thing, bro. Like, I never really ventured out. Obviously, more time, like I said, I had family in Peckham as well. Like I had an uncle in North, and so I had obviously a Jamaican family in it, so we're dotted around. Yeah. But obviously, like, trust me, man. Shout out Uncle Bert, bro. He's really the gal sugar though. My Uncle Bert's, listen, bro. My man's like 65, still wearing the crocker leather dial shoes and that. You know, the leather shoes.
I bet he's still popping them out as well.
What? Brother, I remember calling him once. I was like, yo, Uncle Bert's like, happy birthday. And like, what you doing? He's like, why? Me just I go for lunch with a young lady. and then I got dinner with another lady. I goes, right, you're still on that, Uncle Bert's. Like,
real yard man, I said.
Real cuz. But yeah, so more time. That's only the time really man ventured out like that, really. like that. So how was that for you then? Like obviously growing up in them areas. Obviously I remember you. Obviously, like I said, I really watch your content a lot, and one thing I see you kind of talking about quite a bit is kind of like, obviously, you're really from that life. Like you're really kind of from that area. You got friends. Obviously, when you grow up in these areas, a lot of people don't understand that aren't from them areas. It's like, it's not a thing where it's like, you choose your friend. You grow up with these people. They're normal to you. Like, do you know what I mean? But to other people, they might be like, oh, right, like you know my man. So how was that kind of growing up in that area around that time for you personally? Like, how did that shape you to the man you are now?
So it's funny because what actually shaped me into becoming a man was different. It was external factors. Like it's actually like female friends, women. It was actually the music I listened to, Tupac and things like that, really kind of contributing into turning me the man I am today. Because it wasn't no male influence, you know. My dad weren't around and things like that. But in terms of the area, you know, so when we moved, so I went to school in a white area. Okay. And it was a predominantly white school, and that was my first real introduction to feeling like an other. You know, I was frequently told to pick a side. Obviously, you can relate to this. You know, the identity issues of being someone that's mixed race. So it was difficult navigate, really understanding kind of like, understanding what racism was basically. You feel me? Because unfortunately, obviously I'm not speaking. I can't speak for you, but speaking for myself, you know, I identify more with the black side of my family. Yeah, but it was difficult because I'm being raised by a white mother who's really done everything for me. But she's not experiencing the world the way I'm experiencing it. So it's really difficult for me to kind of like, I feel like I'm at home here, but then I feel like I'm at home here and feel like I'm at home there. So it was difficult kind of just navigating my own identity issues and navigating my own mind rather than anything. Obviously, growing up in certain areas and being friends with certain people, you get introduced to certain things. They're probably negative. No, not probably. They are negative things. But you don't really know any different. Like, I'll be honest. Like you know, when you're growing up, you get into like little misdemeanor, little kind of like little antics. It might be like we used to have a hustle of like robbing dust caps. This is years ago.
Bro, I remember them days.
Remember the dust cap days? We used to hustle them and trade them and all sorts.
Broski, I'll be real, yeah. I'll be real. I know. Do you know what? Quick note, I know my brother Guy done that shit. Yo, listen, guys behind the camera, yeah. Big up my brother Guy. You get me on the camera, yeah.
Shout out Guy.
Shout out Guy. But I know you're the sort of you to do that sort of fuckery.
The dire swans. I tell you, it used to be big supercars and big cars like Ranges. They used to have these big, thick, like blue ones and all sorts. And they were like metal ones. Like, listen,
you see, I told you, Mama. Oh yeah, the weighted ones.
Yeah, man knew all about it. Like,
the weighted ones. Yeah. I remember them ones.
Weighted, the skull ones. But the skull one that you were talking about there, they were more like designer ones. Okay. You put them one on your BMX. You feel me?
Yeah, no, bro, I used to have a BMX thing because we had one brother. You get me? It was bare weird, like, you know them ones where man just used to have their little side hustle back in ends. You know them ones there, and obviously more time. It was old brother. And he had like bare bikes, so he used to have a bike shop. Thing closed down, but like if you needed a new bike, fam, you knocked on man's door like, yo, I need a new bike, fam. You get me? Go there and he'll show you a little garage thing. You get me? With just bare. Trust me, he had his thing. He had his thing. Go there, boom. My man, you pick a new bike, fam. Be like, yeah. He's like, what do you want? What do you want? You get me? It's like there. But yeah, the dust cap thing. So yeah, sorry. So you were teething out the people them
all
dust
of that.
caps.
Yeah, but then you start graduating to low key kind of like. And this is the type of stuff, you know, I don't actually talk about it on my YouTube, so I don't have to promote any of this. And not to mention that, but even just little things like if there was a bike, for example, that was in someone's garden, I'm taking it. I'm not
on a glamorizing.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
For the viewers.
I was even awkward even saying that because that's not the person that I portray on YouTube.
No, but bro, this is the thing, yeah. For me, I feel like it's important to talk about these things of what made you become the man you are today. Because obviously now at a grown age, like obviously you do these things, but what I don't think enough happens is because people try and mask, I'm this person now. It's like, but actually, what made you that person? Because there's youths out there that really look up to man. You feel me?
For sure,
and that are like, like they think, you know what I mean? That you do a certain thing and it's cool, we're gonna rate you for that. It's like, nah, bro, it's not that. But obviously, back them times, that's what man was doing, bro. Like, people really shit. I know me, like, I grew up on council estate, bro. Like, listen, mumsy, like, you get me. Even my pops, fortunately for me, my pops was around. You know what I mean? Obviously, at home I had our own problem here, not there, here, of like course, all of that. You know what I mean?
Even if dad's in the household, doesn't mean that it's a smooth.
Right. So he was always in my life.
Yeah. It doesn't mean.
But it weren't always in the yard. Do you know what I mean?
100%.
But yeah, in regards to that, like, you grow up in a kind of certain way where these things mold you and kind of like you grow, and then you're like, right, actually, like, why was man doing that? Like, you know what I'm saying?
I'll be honest with you. Yeah. So two things. So a lot of what I was doing was never. It was more of a reflection of my own mental health. If I'm being honest with you, because I'm working my way up to this on my own channel, but I'm going to talk about something very, very traumatic, just childhood stuff soon. But basically, just childhood was just traumatic in general. So naturally, I was really angry at the world. I was angry at daddy issues. I was angry at other things. I was angry at this, that, and the other. I used to lash out a lot because I thought it was unfair. You know, you start turning your back on God as well. Like, if God is real, why would He do all this? You know that. And I found my way back to God this year actually. But it's just like. A lot of it was my own internal kind of things, and not only that, the second point I wanted to raise was even when, I don't get it twisted, when I moved away from the Lewisham, like Blue Bar and whatnot, the area, it wasn't a massive house, but the area I moved to was a nice area.
Okay.
It was a traditionally like an affluent area. There was no problems, and that problems don't really occur there.
Yeah. But
just because I rest my head there, obviously I'm not chilling there. Of course I'm chilling in these times. I was chilling in Woolwich, like Charlton, Plumstead, Thamesmead, whatever. Like that was where because I moved nearer there. It was more the Greenwich Borough type shit.
Yeah.
So I've moved there, but I'm resting my head in a nice area. You know what I'm saying? It was a calm area, no problems there. But obviously the man are here, there, and everywhere. So of course I'm not. I'm chilling here. We're getting up to no good, whatever. But you know, it is what it is, and even no matter what negative we've been through in this life, it's important to know that whatever we've been through, it really shaped who we are today.
For real.
I'm not perfect. I'm far from it. I'm flawed. I'm a work in progress. But
hey, ain't we all? That's real shit. Do you know what? It's what you said there. Two things you kind of said. Like, first of all, for me, I was an angry youth, fam. What, bro?
For sure.
No one couldn't say shit to me in school. And I'm not saying, look, I got my ass beat too. I didn't business who you are. I'm that guy, like, not even on that. Listen, I've got my ass beat before. Everyone, they get me.
I'm taking L's, man. I'm taking catastrophic L's,
bro. When you grow up in these areas, you go school in these areas, bro. Like, these kids that are being, you know, angry in school and lashing out and not learning, and they've probably got shit going on at home.
Of course.
A lot of shit. So more time, I just used to come to school vexed. And there was one youth, man, must have barged past me. In like, you know, like you got the maths section now, and obviously we've got the lockers now, and that, you get me, barge past me. I'm like,
was it intentional? Yeah, well, like a real shoulder swing,
man. Like yo,
like leaning back like Fat Joe.
Leaning back on the thing like, what, go on. And you know, more time there as well. I'll never forget, there was one shorty that I liked at the time, innit? And I weren't really, I'll be real, like I was a fat youth.
Yeah, same. I mean, we got a similar upbringing. I was a fat youth at the time.
Bro? I'll be so real, man. I used to slap her. You know what was my thing, fam? The Jamaican ginger cake, fam. Fam, I remember at the corner shop.
That's damaging. I can't lie. That's damaging.
What,
still.
Bro? And you know, back in the day, they used to be bigger than they are now, because I know the size. You get me? Like, no Diddy.
No Diddy. I was just about to say. Yo, pause. Yo, no Diddy.
Yeah, don't come for me. No Diddy, cuz. Okay. But what I'm trying to say, they used to manufacture it differently. You understand?
That's the right
manufacture it differently, cuz. So more time, I used to slap one off before I got yard. And mum would be like, what you got? I go, just one cake. I already backed one of them. They used to do 2 for £1. You know, them ones there.
For me, it was Nutri-Game bars. Man.
I swear.
I used to stock up on them and Rocky bars. I used to just take them from the Payless or something, wherever it was. Yeah, my mum must have barged me up, and I'm like, yo, what are you doing? Must have saw a shorty there. Like I said, obviously I was a fat youth, so more time. Man didn't really have the. I was a funny youth, innit? Like I like to run jokes and that, but I was also the angry youth. Yeah.
And obviously 2-2s now. Man must have barged me. I've been like, what were you doing? And he's like, what? I just must have banged him in his face. But as I banged him in the mouth, you know, when I realised, you know, it's like at this moment, you know, you fucked up. This brother here, fam, was wham. Like, you know, these year 11s, bro, that started going gym.
What year were you in at the time?
I was in year 9, cuz. So he was 2 years above, man.
That's a big gap.
You feel me? Got banged by a year 9. He ain't having that.
Yeah, of course not. I would smoke you if I was that year 11, you know.
The box he gave, he didn't even box me in my mouth. He boxed me in my chest.
Damn.
Brother.
Just knock the wind out of you.
I couldn't breathe, fam. I was like, rah, as my chest caved in, cause like, you know when you're crying but trying not to cry. Remember when you used to get beat as a youth and you used to cry?
The bottom lip. The bottom lip flincher.
Heavy breathing. What are you crying for? I'm not. Yeah, like I was gonna kill my brother, but yeah, like I was that. I didn't business who you were, fam. Straight. Coming back to why we speak about this, it come from that though, like from the fuckery going on at home. Of course. You bring that into school, so that's really important what you said, bro. When you're mixed race, I feel like most of the time you identify on one side more than the other.
Yeah, for sure.
Normally, for me, really and truly, like don't get me wrong, like obviously, like I'm much more connected with my pops side, like you know my Jamaican side, Jamaican and Saint Kitts. Like I was with them a lot more. Don't get me wrong, I saw my mum's side a bit, but not as much. So for me, I'm more, and it was weird because I'd be around them, and you know, like I feel comfortable there. But for me, like I felt at times when I went to like my mum's side, it'd be like a family function and I'll act the way I acted, like. Stop talking like that. All of that, bro. Like, don't talk like that. It'd be so rude. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, what are you talking about? In the end, I just started to like, you know, I don't even want to go there. I'll be real because what do you mean? Why are you talking like that? Like, it's
a microaggression.
For real. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, so I didn't really feel accepted as much. And listen, I'm not coming for them. Just say if you're watching, I'm not coming for you, but I'm just saying though, like for real though, it did make me feel a certain way. Yeah. And more time, I've always identified much more on my Caribbean side. I'm aware that I'm mixed race. You know what I mean? I'm aware, of course, I'm mixed race, but I identify much more with my black side than I do my white side, and that's just how it is, bro. Like, and there's vice versa. Some people don't really know. You get me? Their pups weren't there, or their mum weren't there, or do you know what I mean? Or they didn't really. You know, I know brothers that. Their mum got adopted, like their mum's black, but got adopted by a white family. She didn't know her black family, so then obviously she don't really know. Like it's kind of hard for her to connect more with like our cult, like the black culture, because they're not used to being around it. Do you know what I mean? So certain jokes that we make, you know, might even be drinking a supermodel. They're like, what the fuck is that? Like, you know what I'm trying to say? It'd be anything, bro. Like they're kind of a bit like, like. What is that? And they didn't really know how to connect. But for me personally, I'm much like more like you, where I just I'm more just connect with that culture, and I see that as my culture. Do you know what I'm saying? I
can definitely empathise with mum saying certain comments that I didn't like.
When
I first decided to grow my locks, when I first, in fact, even before that, years before that, when I was in the car, it must have been about 6, 7, 8, one of them young ages, and I remember like kissing my teeth in it, and. Immediately she shut that down. She said, don't make that awful noise. Don't make all that stuff. And obviously at the time, I listened to her obviously because I didn't really know what I was doing or whatever. It was just more because I saw the person or the people that I thought that I looked like more or related to more, they did that. So I did that. But obviously then you're coming, and that's where my mum didn't know. And my mum, I actually mentioned this in a YouTube video before. My mum obviously would have forgot she even said that 10 minutes after she said it.
Yeah.
But I still remember that 20 years later. And that's what it's interesting because it might seem so small, but at the time I was just trying to express myself the way I thought it was, the same way you would, if you're talking the way you're talking or whatever. So it's like, damn, should I suppress that side to me then, or suppress that? But again, you're, as a 6, 7, 8 year old, you're not conscious of these things. You're not conscious of race. You're not conscious of social constructs and you're not conscious of these things. So it's like, alright, I won't kiss my teeth around you.
Cool.
But yeah, it's one of them ones, man.
Them ones there. You ever used to get beat, yeah, and then you'll just be up in your room doing the silent boxing.
I used to scream in my pillow,
bro. Man used to be
yeah.
Like, bro, the fuck. Like all that under my breath, you know, going red, you know. I remember once my mum clocked me though. My mum clocked me, bro. My mum clocked me, fam. Brother. Oh my days. So my thing is like, don't embarrass me in front of people, innit? I hate that, bro.
I had to G-check my mum 2 days ago. Wait, what's the day today? Wait, is it Sunday? I had to G-check my mum on Friday. My boy Kalade came to my house, she started showing off. I literally said, I said, that's your time to go upstairs. Go upstairs. She said, okay. She knew after that. I said, what are you doing? Why do you always do this?
Don't embarrass man in front of people. So you know them ones there when she starts cussing me in front of people and whatever. And it was one of them.
It's a mum thing, man.
Yeah, bro. So obviously I'm there now, you get me? And I'm like, rah, like she told man off in front of me. And I'm like, rah, why are you doing that? Like, do you know what I mean? And she's like, don't you speak to me. Get upstairs. Don't you speak. Who the fuck you talking to? Get the fuck upstairs. Bomb. I'm there vexed. I'm vexed because then I'm upstairs and I'm hearing my mother. All right, your straw got moved to. Yeah. We're trying to do. You get me? Obviously, paper straws and that. Trying to do our bit for the environment.
Yeah, doing a bit for the environment. But yeah, it's what happens. So F the environment.
Yeah,
I'm joking.
Hey,
I'm joking. I'm actually a big green guy still.
Okay, yeah, you know people them the blue hair Marys who start getting onto us.
I'm very much. I'm a reciter.
You know them ones though.
That's why I'm moving to. Bro, I appreciate nature. So yeah, I'm only joking, man. Honestly, but come on, it's a shame though. But
yeah, fam. Yeah, she clocked me, boy. She was up. I didn't even hear her come upstairs, and obviously I'm there like. What do you say? What do you say, Kori? Bro, I'm sticking my middle finger up, doing all of this. Yeah, 2 2s now. She must have been like, "Are you sticking your middle finger up at me?" I turn, and my shadow is reflecting on the door, fam.
You got
brother. The licks I got.
It gets like that, man.
Brother, the licks I got, and then she called my pups. I was like, nigga, I ain't seen you in like a month. But what are you talking about?
They're not threatening that one. Shh, do you want me to call your father? Do you want me to call your dad?
Bro, call your pups. But yeah. But okay, so obviously going on now. So like obviously on the YouTube thing, right? Because it's mad. Because I got a few questions for you. Like, you see, like, first of all, when did you start doing the YouTube thing? Like,
my first video was February 2019.
Okay.
So that's 5 years ago. But I wasn't really taking it that serious at the time. I was kind of I was trying to think of content that I can do, and then I would post. I started with once a week, and then it kind of like relegated to about once every month, once every 3 weeks, kind of whenever I could think of it. Whenever, yeah. And then so a year down the line, I ended up having about 300 subscribers after a year. And I didn't really see. Yeah, I had goals, I had ambitions, aspirations, but you don't think at that time that you're ever gonna hit 10k, 20k, 30k, or whatever. And then I quit my job to put my all into it. It was COVID had just hit, the scamdemic just hit basically. So basically just started to hit. Apologies if anyone kind of controversial.
Hey, no, listen, I'm just saying, cuz listen, this is why we got you on, fam. Carry on talking. Trying to get that thumbnail, cuz. No cap.
The title. COVID was a
scam, bro. I'll tell you straight. I'll say it on my chest as well. There's gonna be a thumbnail there, but it's all love, fam.
Chest, course, man. It is what it is. It's all love, man. It is what it is, man. We gotta get these clicks through rates somehow,
like,
man.
yo, fam.
Yo, you think this is my so and so? Yeah.
So I'll message you what the thumbnail is.
Yeah, it's all good, man. You can what do you call it? Clickbait. You can clickbait.
Clickbait. Yeah, on the clickbait thing. Trust me, fam. I'm just trying to do my thing. But yeah.
So that was what was happening at the time. So we were just going into lockdown. I quit my job. I said, F it, I'm going to put my all into this. And then that's what I did. And then by the end of 2020, in fact, it was the video that helped. So I'm jumping ahead. By the end of 2020, I ended up having about 6,000 or 8,000 subscribers. So I went from 300 in a year to, say, jumping 8,000.
From when we met, again, online, like, I was like, right, I actually fuck with my brother. Like, I remember I've even still got the, you know, the Topical Juice jumper, fam?
Yeah, what, the merch?
Come on, bro.
Merch, that's it, cuz.
I got that merch, cuzzy.
Respect.
I got the baby blue thing.
Yeah, the baby blue. Yeah. You know, I was even going to rock that or the pink thing today.
Okay.
Obviously,
my thing's a bit worn out.
I think even the design, it does wear out a little bit after a few washes and that.
I got that, like, 2021? Yeah, the baby blue thing with the Topical Juice on there. I appreciate that. So man was really been fucking with your thing for a minute. Like, and the thing is, for me, like, I want to say to you, like, I rate it, bro, because the progression has been real. And I think what I like about your content, is it's like, it's real, bro. Like, you don't try and put on, in my opinion, you don't try and put on like a facade.
No way.
Was your content always the same? Well, I know this, but obviously for the viewers who don't,
I can explain it for the viewers.
The content, how did that kind of come into what you mainly speak about now? Like, has that always kind of been the plan, or did it kind of just?
So, first things first, the content that I initially started with actually came. Basically, I came up with a name first. Okay. So it was a bit weird. Like, I was in bed, I thought to myself, what can I do on YouTube? I came to the conclusion that YouTube is a platform that I could potentially grow on.
Okay.
So I was still working full time, and I thought, what can I do on YouTube? And I thought a lot of people appreciate, or a lot of my friends, shall we say, appreciate my opinion or my perspective on things. Yeah. So I thought, so my initial idea was, can I be like an agony uncle? So, you know, that's people send you shit, and then you like talk about it. And
Yeah. Like, or is that almost like what Casado, Casado
Yeah.
does?
So people that do that, like you talk about topics, people will send you in. Even the ladies, they've changed it to the Uncut podcast. Shout out them. But I know them girls personally.
Okay.
And they're my friends, and in fact, I was their first guest in their new studio. That was before they blew.
Okay.
That was before they blew differently.
Come on, bro.
I wouldn't mind getting back on there. No.
Yeah. Just saying.
You feel me? But nah, they're my dogs anyway. Shout out all them girls. But
come
on. Wait, why did I even bring them up? Anyway, it's neither here nor there. I was thinking the content. Agony Uncle type stuff. Yeah. So obviously people send in stuff to their channel when they talk about it. Whatever.
They talk about it.
But I thought, how's that gonna work logistically? Anyway, I was high in bed, as you do, and I was that whatever that I can't remember what I was smoking on, Queen Lizzie or something. Respectfully. Anyway,
Queen Lizzie, you know.
That strain there, strong.
Yeah, you know them ones there. Big up Queen Lizzie, man.
Honestly, she's taking me to the moon and back. But anyway, what's it? So, anyways, I was high in bed, and I thought, topics. So I thought, topics, topical, Topical Juice. It goes off of topical. And then, but the thing is, that is what then bred the actual content. It was the name. So I thought, if the name's Topical Juice and I like the way it rings, let's talk about topics. Let's talk about things that are trending. But I initially started the channel talking about things that you discuss with your friends or whatever. So my first ever video on YouTube was, does a man care about a woman's body count? Okay. And my opinion was very different to the average. You know, a lot of men will be like, yeah, a woman couldn't have this amount of body count and that. But I didn't really, bro, I'll be honest, I wouldn't ask. That's the reality is I wouldn't ask. Of course not.
Not at this age now. Not at this age. Not at this age. It used to be a thing though. When you were growing up, like, how many man you been with?
All right, what's high for you then? I'm gonna put you on the spot right now. Yeah, don't get yourself cancelled already, bro.
Hey, listen, no.
What's too much for you?
But this is what I'm trying to say, bro. Like, I don't really business too much.
That's what I'm saying.
But what I'm trying to say is like, you get me, man's media training.
That's because you're gal watching, isn't it?
No, not even, bro. Like, we have these open conversations, bro. It's not even that. Like, it's not even that. Like, for me, like, I know what my body count is. So.
Oh, you know?
No.
Oh, I'm impressed. Really. I was about to say, I ain't got a fucking clue.
Like, I would say I know, but like, as in, like, I know that it's high.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? Like, not even trying to glamorize the thing, but I know that. So for me, why would I listen? The sort of girls I normally attract anyway, and normally like is what I'm attracted to. Normally have like, they're not really about that. But if you were and whatever, then as long as it's not someone I know or I'm close to or the brethren of mine, then obviously what you've done in your past. But yeah,
the reality is, I wouldn't ask in it, and I stopped asking years ago, like, because one, I don't care. I do. I would care if I knew.
You care, bro.
You know, that's why I don't ask, because like if I hear a number and I think, ooh, it's a bit too high, then I may be put off, and I don't even want to enter that space. I'd rather not ask. And the reality is, no girl I'm ever gonna be with has a higher body count than me.
That's what I'm trying to say.
I've got no leg to stand on.
That's what
I'm
trying to
saying.
say.
So I've got absolutely
no
leg to stand on. So it's like, I was a slag, whatever. You can tomato. But
yeah.
But as in, like, I was a lot more active.
I was active,
and you know what I'm saying.
Boy.
So. I'm also happy I got that out of my system. But the thing is, I think you do have ADHD, because we've gone off on a tangent again. So we need to bring it back to the point.
Oh,
we both just went off.
No, because we were talking about this downstairs. We were talking about this downstairs.
I'm saying, we went off. We just went off.
Before the camera started, us man were talking about this, and we were like, rah. I was like, yeah, my guy tried to tell me I got ADHD. I ain't got no ADHD, cuz, you get me? And then I said to him, like, what, like, maybe like a month ago, I'm there. I'm actually at my friend. I'm at Kat's house. Big up Kat, my co-producer. Like I was at her yard, and I was like, yo, Kat, you think I got ADHD? She's like, oh yeah, definitely. You know them ones. I'm saying, bro, but it's brazy. It's only because I was watching Love Is Blind, fam.
I wish I reviewed it this time,
bro. I was watching Love Is Blind, and the brother that looked like Craig.
So yeah, my man. So you know he's. I'm not even gonna say it on the podcast, but one of our mutual friends that's his ex. I know man personally because of that connection, bro.
You know him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because of the friend that we were talking about.
What? Mutual?
Yeah.
Our mutual, bro. Brazy.
Yeah, man.
Swear.
As in, so I know, but so she was the one that told me, she was like, right, like, so-and-so's on Love Is Blind. I said, Wow.
No way.
Yeah, it's mad.
Yeah, so that brother was talking about ADHD, and every time he's talking, I'm thinking.
But I never knew he had ADHD until I saw the show, because I've been around him enough times. But you know, I'm the same, where you put your, like a lot of people, you put your best foot forward. You don't really always show you the whole side to yourself. But obviously, it's funny because we're very similar. Like, I'll easily trail off into a different topic, and you happily hold my hand through that next topic. When really, but I mean, so wait, so the original point was.
Body count, and obviously
so that was the first. Okay,
why,
so that
why
was
you wouldn't ask and stuff like that.
No, but even before that was the first video I did on YouTube.
Okay,
but now I don't really talk about topics like that, because basically I realized a few years ago that people click controversy, people click news, people. But me, I never really wanted to do that. That's not what my channel was based on. You feel me? My channel was based on discussions. I think the next video was how does social media affect mental health? Does social media affect relationships? Whether it's something simple, trivial like likes. But it was the Topcial incident where he was allegedly caught texting underage girls.
Okay, yeah, I remember that. That video blew up.
Yeah. So
that video blew up, fam.
Because his career went down as fast as it went off.
Bro, because listen. First of all, on to my viewers and to the people, this is podcast. I'm not here to cuss people off, and you know what I mean. I'm not here to. You get me?
I thought you say it with your chest, big man.
No, I'm just saying. Like, man will say it on my chest, but you know what I'm trying to say. But at the end of the day,
allegedly.
Listen, allegedly, you understand. Yeah. But at the end of the day, the information's out there.
The info was out there.
You can pick what side you want to pick.
Yeah, don't you worry. I'll do the talk. Don't worry about it.
You do the thing. I'll do the Listen, talk. I'm just saying, fam. Imagine now, man, come to my house. Anyway.
No, I'm not even trying to cuss him out. It was
allegedly. But the reality is that video, with all his fuckery, Aguan.
The whole controversy, the whole thing
that blew up,
was what catapulted the channel to like thousands of subscribers at the time.
His rise was mad. Like,
quick.
He came on like a rise thing. He came on, he had that unique kind of like sound,
that Pop Smoke sound, that deep voice,
for real,
drill beats.
Like, what? I don't know. That used to be my I don't know, bro. Like, yo, yeah, Stormzy, fam. Stormzy went off on that.
What on what? I don't know the rhythm.
What?
Yeah.
His verse, bro, went in.
No, he did.
You get me?
He did. Stormzy goes in now and then.
What did that man get first week? I don't know. You know, man said I don't know what them why they get first week. I know what I get. He went off as well. You remember? Have you heard Bad Boys with him and Gets, bro?
What, Stormzy and Gets?
Yeah,
of course.
Crazy track.
Rhythm. Stormzy.
Bro.
Gets is cold. I saw Gets in Glastonbury this year.
Swear
cold.
down.
Well, he was at the same time as Burner, so I went to Gets first.
Okay.
And I literally sprinted. I was sweatier then than I am right now. Literally, I had to sweat through. I had to run through there just to see Burner. Shout out Gets.
If you want to come on the pod,
shout out Gets. Please come on this pod.
Come on
Same
the
way,
pod.
Also, he just recently won a BET actually.
Yeah. I saw that. So yeah. So obviously. The Topcial thing, and then what? So that was kind of like the turning point for you on your pod.
That was the eye opener, because I thought, you know what, I'll talk about things that are more cultural, things that are happening on social media that are going viral, things. And at that point, I realized, you know what, you have to step on toes. Basically, you can't please everyone in this life. You really can't. You can literally cure world hunger, and someone will say something about how you didn't do this. You literally can't. So I realized, you know what, I'm going to talk about things with humility, talk about it properly. Give my opinion. My opinion is not always right. I don't care about being right. I care about the truth more time anyway. So So I'm not afraid to be wrong. But you know, I just go on there. I say my thing. I say my piece. And if people don't like it, I'm still waiting for the day someone tries to draw me out in real life. It's been 5 years deep, and all the hate I get, I'm acting like I get hate a lot. As in, I don't. I'm really privileged and lucky with the comments that I get support me, and they back me, and they really ride with me. People that have been fucking with me for years. But as in, I'm not. Obviously, I get a lot of people cuss me out, insult me, whatever. Not one has insulted me in real life. Not one has come with any smoke.
You know what?
Not
I was gonna ask you that,
bro. Not one.
Because
not one. Not one. Literally, genuinely, I had to repeat that. Not one. And that's when I realized the internet is fugazi, bro. It's fake. Yeah. All these people just be woofing and all this bollocks. Bro, I've been boxing for so many years. I'm itching for the chance for someone to really try me, bro. Honestly,
bro, I literally said this. Bro, honestly, I said this to Cat, bro.
Come on, bro.
Again, shout out Cat, my co-producer. I said, listen, the day this platform elevation. Yeah, and I'm ready. Get me in the Misfits, because I will thump up any blood clot one of them. Blood.
I even, broski. I was in talks this year, so it's exclusive.
Swear.
Yeah, I was in talks this year for Misfits. Unfortunately, I've been nursing an injury since last year. I don't know if you remember my stories on Instagram. Where I was in and I was having electroshock therapy on my foot. My tendons were effed. I had elbow issues. Honestly, it's what I'm saying. I'm way too young to be feeling this old. I'm having back issues on the train here. Like it's honestly, it's nuts, bro. So I was mad injured last year, so I couldn't do it. But literally, when I moved, I wasn't even meant to say the location, but fuck it. It is what it is. I'm going. What? I was about to say Southeast Asia.
We can bleep it out. We can try.
It's not even that deep. It's just more like I don't really like people knowing what to.
I hear you.
Anyway, it doesn't sound that deep, but you can surprise me whether we're still in there or not. That's fine.
Yeah, probably will be. Still.
That's okay. Still,
I gotta get the exclusive. Get me. I'll be real with you.
So when I move to that part of the world, I'm gonna be training.
Okay.
Again, I've been boxing for years, but I'm gonna be training. I'll train there last year. I'm gonna do at least an 8-week camp there. So I'm gonna do the whole shebang, and then I'm gonna come back and punch up these wannabe fake influencer dons or whatever. I said this. Listen, man, next year, man.
I'll be so real, fam. Like, you see, because obviously I done the boxing thing too when I was young. I done the boxing thing out of Hot Aquarium Boxing Gym in Luton.
Yeah, shout them out.
Shout out Hot Aquarium Boxing Gym in Luton. Shout out.
Hey, listen, shout out Amigos and shout out Keddles as well. You know,
come on, bro. Come on, man. It's all about growth and that. But yeah, them man there, Paul. Shout out Paul. He run the thing and he would get all the baddest, all the youths from the street from in that fucking gym. You have to. Like, you need to fix up.
Channel your energy, channel your aggression for sure.
And bro, I was like, listen, I can't wait because the day you get me, I get my little thing. It's a wrap.
Come on, man.
It's a wrap. I'm looking to, you get me, take off a few head tops, but
bro, imagine by this time next year your podcast blows and people are calling for a me and you scrap.
Hey, listen. Boy, I feel sorry for you.
I teed you up there. I wanted you to say something.
Look at you, fam. Listen, don't. Nah. I can't do that.
I can't put you out of business before you've even blown, man. Brother, it's not right, man. It's not right.
I'll be real, fam. Just know you have to kill me, fam. You get me? You have to knock me out.
No, and that's what I respect here. So anyone that actually gets in the ring in general, I respect them. In getting into the ring, you've already won.
Yeah.
You'll never see me quit.
Nah,
as in, I will always go out on my shield, and that's why I don't care about losing. And unfortunately, a lot of people that get into this game, they care too much about losing. Even modern professionals, Devin Haney's, whatever, they want to protect their O so much. Forget that. No one cares if you lose. If you go out on your shield and you're swinging, and if you're getting punched up and you're swinging, you're still going for it, people will respect you, bro. It's simple as that. It's okay. So I don't fear losing. I fear not putting my all into it. Do you know what I'm saying?
Is that in general in life, or do you feel like just in that context? Like
no, it's a great question. So it's in life in general. I think in that I was talking in the context right now, but if we expand it and look at it more holistically, it's 100% in general. I've got a lot of potential. You know, my ceiling is infinite, but yet I still. I mean, this is due to the trauma that we're talking about and all these things, but I really self-sabotage a lot. If I know that if I know that if next month I'm working towards something, I'll actively and proactively self-destruct and self-sabotage because I don't know, deep down, I don't think I deserve things like happiness and kindness and empathy and all these things. And it's a complex PTSD type shit, you know what I'm saying? But it's something that I'm trying to. We're all trying to work through. We're all works in progress.
I'll be real.
I'm gonna get that tattooed on me, like thug life, that work in progress, like literally that Tupac, literally work in progress on my belly.
Fam, obviously, timing and that obviously won't go into. Obviously, my viewers will know through this pod, and it's kind of one of the reasons why I started this pod was kind of like so people can actually know who I really am in it. But definitely, bro, like the last 2 years, fam. It's been serious. I've been going through some real shit, and it's that kind of like. I know the potential that I can reach and I know where I'm heading, but because I know where I'm heading, you put so much pressure on yourself and you're like, I need to get there that you're missing steps because not intentionally, but you're self-sabotaging because you're like, you believe you can do it, but it's almost kind of like, do I deserve it? Do you know what I mean? Even in past relationships, I've sabotaged that because I'm like, I don't feel like I'm good enough for you. Like it goes deep. It goes
internal
deep.
for sure. It
goes real deep.
And a lot of it actually comes from what you learn in your pivotal years. So 0 to 10, basically. That's the real key years that really lay the foundation of who you're going to be growing up and going forward. And unfortunately, that period, that time frame was was no good, man. No
yeah,
good.
Because I remember even like while we're on this topic, obviously we're gonna go back onto the YouTube because there are a few more things.
Forgive us, we're ADHD guys.
Yeah. Please. But I remember, and I reached out to you as well. I remember I reached out to you. I was like, this is when you you said on your YouTube channel, you're like, look, I'm going to therapy. And you done like, was it like 30?
Oh, that was rehab.
Yeah, rehab. Yeah, the rehab thing. And you went on there, bro. And I was just like, rah, like, do you know, that's why I said, like, for me, that's why I rate you, because you left what you see is what you get. If you're going through something, you'll say it, and I respect that.
When I'm broke, I tell you. If I'm I'll tell you.
Yeah, I respect that. So like, how? I guess what I'm trying to ask you, like, was that something that you kind of were like, you know what, I need to tell my viewers because I'm not really going to be releasing videos like that, or I need to tell my viewers because this is my way of, like, they can help me through that. Like, what was that decision? Was that a conscious decision or not when you decided to put that video up? Because generally, bro, I remember watching that video and I was like, rah, man. Like,
yeah, you messaged me, I think.
I messaged you. I was like, yo, like, I hope you're good. Obviously, listen, obviously, if you need to talk or anything, holler me. And I think it's because of how we connected as well. We connected on the mental health
literally, off the back of that, yeah.
So like, for me, I was like, yeah, like let me reach out to my man and that, and obviously, yeah, like, yeah. How was that period? Like, in regards to one, how did rehab go? But two, kind of like releasing that video. Was that conscious, or was that kind of just like in the moment? I need to release this.
So back in 2019, so years before I end up in rehab, that was the same year that I started my YouTube channel. I dropped two videos. Excuse me. I dropped a video called My Mental Health Journey.
Yeah.
And it was the first time I'd ever spoken on mental health, trauma, childhood. I never spoke about what I planned to talk about, but I mentioned things about daddy issues and identity issues, whatever. And that was in 2019, and I watched part one. I watched the video back, and I cried. It's the first time I cried in. At that point, it was the first time I cried in 10 years. At that point,
Swear.
So like, and I watched it back, and I cried because I was so shocked at what I was saying. I couldn't believe it. I'm being so transparent. What the hell? Like, rah, rah, rah. And then the very next day, I dropped part two, and I expanded on my childhood and certain traumas and whatnot. It was that moment that I realized YouTube is very therapeutic for me. So I can use this platform. Bearing in mind, 2019, I had no subscribers, so I was a lot more transparent and raw. In fact, no, I'm still the same. Actually, I can't lie, I'm still the same. But it was the first time I had been that raw and transparent. Okay. But it was the first time I'd realized that YouTube is a platform for man to vent. You know, I wasn't. I do topics for my subscribers, but I also use YouTube for me. So that was the catalyst for me to be transparent and raw in videos. So when it came to me being in rehab, when I got my phone back or laptop back at the time, because in rehab it's like jail. You literally get an hour and a half of your phone time a day. So I got my laptop out, I put my YouTube on, and I said, all right, we're gonna go live. You know, so I did a live video from my room in rehab, so it was conscious. It was conscious for me to do that because I knew how it would help me and how it would also help. But also what you said a minute ago was true as well. The fact that I knew that once I go to rehab, I'm not going to be posting. So I wanted to just be honest with my subscribers because I've always prided myself. Is that the right word? Prided? Proud myself? Prided? Yeah, proud doesn't make sense. Yeah, so I've always prided myself on building an organic subscribers. I've got no fans, bro. Even people that take pictures with me, I've got no fans.
Yeah.
Who am I, bro? I'm from the ends. I'm from South East London. I ain't got no fans. So I've got supporters, people that fuck with me, people that like my content, they support me. So I've got supporters. So I wanted to show those supporters my life, innit? Like what I'm dealing with. And one of the main catalysts or one of the main reasons why I want to do a video very soon is 50% me and 50% I feel like a lot of people can relate to what I've been through, and it will help others knowing that someone like me has been through this or whatever, then whatever. And a lot of people, unfortunately, listen, one person's mountain is another person's molehill. Everyone's got trauma. Do you know what I'm saying? Some, obviously there's levels to it. Some are, oh shit, your iPhone broke and that sends you into a depression. Okay, I mean, there's levels, of course. That's a trauma, that's trauma to you. But you know,
there's people that
of course, you know, through some. And even the mad, I've seen the worst in humanity multiple times, and I still look at Palestine and look at all these people and think, damn, I'm kind of lucky. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm like, despite going through horror multiple times, it's like, it can always be worse. You feel me? So yeah, it was a bit of both. It was spur of the moment, but mainly I've always used YouTube as a platform to be transparent. I've been raw. When I go through mental health crises and whatnot, I let them know. And people are always so receptive. Like I've got an amazing audience. You know, yeah, there's trolls and haters, but they're not. That's not what my audience is. My audience are real life people. I get stopped on the street every day, and I'm seeing people that. They're amazing. They're amazing people. Like it's great. Like it's amazing. So I do this for me as much. So I do it for them as much as I do it for me. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, man. But rehab was interesting. Obviously, it didn't work in terms of making me sober because I'm obviously drinking right here right now. But as in, I was drinking liters, more liters on every day in my room. You feel me? While I'm on my own, it's not like here it's a social setting. I'm drinking liters. I'm smoking. I mean, I smoke every day anyway, still to this day. But as in, I was popping pills. We're doing all this on my own. I'm not partying with no one. I'm partying with me, myself, and I in my room. It was long. But the one thing that rehab did do for me that completely changed the course of my entire life. You know, I found the strength to, because people in rehab have been through similar things to me. I then realized that I've got the strength in me to confront my 20-year trauma and talk to the people or tell the relevant parties. Do you know what I'm saying? E.g. my mum and whatnot. Yeah, you never think you're gonna end up there. But it made me grow. As in, it completely changed the direction of my life. When I came out of there, because the day I came out, I ended up exposing certain things to my family and whatnot, and it's life is mad, isn't it?
Nah, because I remember, like I said, I remember that video, and then from that, obviously I saw like the consistency in YouTube, like, you know what I mean, the content. And do you know what, one thing I realized about your videos, bro, like there's less pause. Like before you used to pause it. Like, do you just like do a one take now, or have you just got better at blending it in? Because
I've always
because it's been quite like before. I'm not saying it was bare chop up, but it was more chop up than now. Now it's just.
So it's funny you say that, because when I first started, I wanted to chop it up loads and do like loads of like animations and zooming in and pow and all this extra something. Yeah.
Then you realise how long editing is.
No, definitely. So, but the thing is, it's not like my editing is mad. It doesn't take that much time. All it is me editing out ums and silences and pauses, but it's not like I'm doing too much. I then went the opposite way and made it very, very raw. So there was less chops, and people appreciated that because it felt like I was talking to them directly into their room, like I'm talking to you, to your face. Recently, though, I'd say this year, since I've grown more, I've started to chop more again. But I'm not editing more in terms of I'm not zooming in and doing all this that, and the other. I'm just chopping more because I want to be quiet. I've realized, bro, maybe it's because the ADHD thing, but I waffle a lot. Yeah. Like, I waffle, bro. Like too much waffle. And I've clocked my raw footage might be 30 minutes, yeah. I'll get the video down to 12 minutes, bro. I'm like, what the fuck was I actually talking about? And people are clocking. It's a lot more concise. Boom, boom, boom. So it's like I don't mind if there's a time where I'm kind of and ahhing. I don't mind leaving it in there. But if I'm just waffling and just chatting complete wast, then I'm just gonna keep it like just chop it. And it's this year we've had a lot of. I got shadow banned in 2021 for talking about the virus. And it really effed me over for years. So really? Now finally, finally, I'm now on the algorithm again. You feel me? So I'm happy. My videos are doing views at the moment. But the thing is, and this is advice that I can give to you guys, by the way. Never think that when you've got like a spurt, like a growth spurt, don't play yourself thinking that's forever. Don't think that will just consistently rise. It will peak and then it will not go down, but it will stop. That growth will stop, and you have to then hit the algorithm again. I used to play myself every time. Oh, I'm going viral. Boom. I'm thinking I'm clear now. I'm gonna go clear. 2-3 days, it completely goes back to where it was. And that's the thing. So you have to stay kind of being. It's consistency, bro. Consistency is key. That's all it is. You know, look at the rubbish that goes viral every day, and people that make it. There's so much trash out there, and it's just like, I don't know, man. I'd like to think that the real will eventually kind of. Do
you know what that's the next thing I was gonna talk about, because it's good for people and the listeners to know this, because obviously there's youths out there that just starting YouTube and stuff like that. And like we see everything. You said it like when we were downstairs before we started filming, like saying how like you're starting to see kind of youths bringing out similar content to you and kind of like that, and it's kind of that must be a good feeling though, because you're like rah, like
it's a good feeling when you're humble, because there's a lot of people out there that don't like the fact that so actually, in fact, I'm not gonna say the guy's name. I rate some of his content. I'm not gonna say it though, because I don't want to give him no fucking clout. But basically, he literally copied not my name, but he copied half my name. He copied half my name, and he does very similar content to me. And I saw him when he was on about 1,000 subscribers. I came across him, rated his thing, commented on it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, listen, I think I had about 50,000 at the time. Showing this like a small, and I'm nobody still, but I'm still showing him love.
Yeah.
And he then comments. He replies to the comments saying, he commented back saying, "Oh, you know, I watch your thing. I support you." Like, I think he commented back saying, "I watch it. You know, I watch your thing or whatever." I then come across a video about a month later where I'm watching his thing, and he said, "Oh yeah, there's this light skin. Don't think I ain't seen that light skin guy with dreads or whatever. Using my band or copying my band or something like that."
What?
I was gobsmacked. As in, this youth thought that I'd seen his video, and like used his bars in my video, something like that.
Going on to Diddy, fam.
All right, what do you think about Diddy?
Yo.
He did that shit, man.
Yeah, man. Do you know what? For me, bro, and it's funny when we speak about this Diddy situation, because for me, the thing that upsets me the most is obviously you had the R. Kelly situation, and listen, before this R. Kelly stuff come out, obviously there was always a bit of controversy behind him and all of that. But
yeah, I mean, we knew he pissed on that girl from the 90s.
Yeah, for real.
We all turn up like because man can sing.
Man can sing, bro. Like, let's not get it twisted. R. Kelly's music, bro, like R&B. I'm an R&B man.
I'm an R&B guy, man.
Real talk. I'm an R&B man. What do you mean? From way back, you understand?
Yeah,
for me, that what annoys me is that like you got people like R. Kelly, now P. Diddy, and it's like, as a culture, we already go through a lot.
Yep.
And these are sort of people that we look up to.
For sure.
And be like, rah, well, they've done it, you know what I mean? They've set the blueprint. Let's.
Even Jay-Z as well.
Jay-Z,
he'll be exposed soon as well, bro.
Brother.
Add him to the list.
Brother. And I'm just like, rah, like, these brothers that we look up to, or that we looked up to, were doing all this fuckery back then, and it's kind of it's upsetting, bro, because like I said, we already go through a lot as a culture. So now, with all this shit going on, it's kind of like it's another reflection. It's another, oh well, it's not a surprise, is it? Do you know what I mean? And it's just like, you know what I mean? Like you got people like the others and all of that, like, you know what I mean, who. Obviously, there's loads of people with BBC and ITV and them,
all of them.
Schofield,
anyone you want, Schofield. You know, I G-checked him as well in my video last month.
Yeah, Schofield and all them, man. But it's like the P. Diddy thing is so big, the R. Kelly thing is so big. It's just like it just shines a bad light on the culture, and I really don't. That's what gets me the most. Do I think he did it? I mean, boy, there is too much going on right now. There's
30 years plus, hundreds and hundreds of victims.
I'm just.
Imagine, do you know anyone that's been accused by hundreds of people of anything? Hundreds?
Yeah.
Are you saying yes and you do?
No,
and you're in agreement?
Don't try that. Listen, this is my pod. You understand? Don't be trying to do this.
You're talking about what?
No, I don't know for the camera, for the audience, for the listeners. I don't know why. You understand?
And this is what I'm saying. But the thing is, bro, it's not even about. Unfortunately, I know what you mean when it comes to culture, because unfortunately, whether you're a lot of minorities experience this as well. But it's like if one person in that group does something, we often all feel responsible,
feel a certain way, cuz
or
for
feel
real
punished or whatnot or guilty. But it's not about culture or race. You've got Jay-Z's, you've got P. Diddy's, you've got whoever. But you've also got your Weinsteins, your Epsteins. It's not about race. It's power.
Yeah,
it's power.
I know.
These people reach such an elite level in society. It's madness. The normal and we seem to think, because we're part of the masses, we're part of the majority, and a lot of us have come from humble beginnings. So it's like we think that they think like us. They may have started like us, but something happened to them along the way with all the fame and the riches, where they just something changed, and they're into all this demonic stuff. That's how they got to the top. Honestly, that's how they got all this satanic stuff. If you, bro, listen, Aleister Crowley. If you know about Aleister Crowley, Aleister Crowley is the biggest inspiration to Hollywood, bro. As in that Thelema, all that satanic shit, it's all they really live and breathe that, and it's a shame. But absolute power does corrupt. Absolutely, I just can't wait to get my P's, and like, I want to be. As soon as I blow, I'll probably fall off because I don't want fame. I don't. I really don't. To this day, I don't want it. Like so since I hit 50K on YouTube, my Instagram's private, bro. I'm not monetizing my Instagram. I don't like people knowing Evil Eye is a real thing. The amount of people that pray on my downfall. I promise you, if I do a video on Philly, I do a video on Diddy, so people will comment, you better hope someone doesn't come up with some accusations against you about this, or that's on this and this. And people are begging for the downfall if you've got an opinion. And I don't want all these eyes on me. So I'm a lot more private now. You know, I want my YouTube to blow, but you're not going to know where I'm going to be at. You know, obviously, if you got street smart, you post where you're at. So you post after. You know, all these little things, you know. It's real.
Man does that even now. It's like, bro, I'll be real. I'm in a nice, you get me? I'm in a nice area and that now. But listen, I'll do a video and post that shit the next day.
You just never know.
Yeah, big up Lane 7 or wherever the fuck I am. You get me? Picture with the drink and the menu. Cool. Yeah, that was yesterday, you
just
pussy.
Never know, man. You just never know.
You understand? Don't bother come round there because you ain't going to see my ass.
Honestly, like this clown that tried to ban me off Northwest, he actually made a video and he said, I bet go live. I beg you go live on Instagram, man. Go live and I'll pull up onto Northwest. I thought, what kind of goofy, what is this? Like, as in like, he's been watching too much American gang business. You think I'm going to go live and beef you live? You're not no real, you can't be no trill street don or whatever if you want to air your business
You're talking
online.
Too much.
You talk too much. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. So people, and I'm not even saying that. Listen, I don't talk too much. I'm not even saying what I am and what I'm not. I'm just saying I do. My job is internet, but I don't do this internet business.
All the talking.
You know if you got a problem, then we're gonna talk personally, whatever. Like all this weird stuff. But anyway, I lost my train of thought, but whatever.
But obviously. So obviously, I was just saying all the stuff you were talking about, and that's obviously with the Diddy situation. You asked me what I think and that. Like I said, culture thing and that. But I think it's a shame, boy, but it don't look good. My man's got hundreds and hundreds of ting, and it just doesn't look good. I'm just, you know what I'm kind of thinking, like, who's gonna get exposed,
bro?
Boy?
It's gonna be, bro, everyone. As in, get that into your head now, and it's all of them. You can't make it to that level if you don't compromise or sacrifice. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's a reason why you don't see me with these youths that I've been talking about, bro. Like, or people that I don't.
Do you get invited to them sort of things? Like, do you you see, like, obviously, because you're not around that scene because you don't want to be around that scene, but like in regards to like, obviously, you know, you got a good platform, you know what I mean? You got a decent amount of numbers and platform and stuff like that. So like, do you ever get invited to these kind of industry things and obviously that kind of thing and you choose not to go? Or is it just a thing where you're just like, man, fuck them anyway?
You know, it's a bit of both. I don't really get that many invites. I think maybe, which I'm not mad about, because maybe I'm giving off the energy that you don't want to be invited.
Yeah.
So I'm not mad about that. I've been invited to premieres of films that I know certain people will be there at, but I won't turn down everything if I know that. Like, for example, I went to a sickle cell event recently, literally last week in Peckham.
Yeah. Big up sickle cell, man.
Shout out sickle cell. Obviously, shout out to sickle cell society.
Man auditioned for that, you know.
What, Supercell?
Yeah.
So the cast from Supercell were there, innit?
Okay.
So that's the reason why I was there, because it's a black event. Not that I wouldn't go to a white event. Of course not. Like, I'm half white, man. I'm not racist. Everyone's happy, but it's a black event. People I empathize with or relate to, whatever. It's a good cause. Yeah. It's local. It's Peckham, bro.
Peckham,
it's NC, so it's like, I'm gonna be there. I know it wasn't some mainstream red carpet thing, but I wouldn't be. If I got invited to one and I thought it would add value to me, where I could potentially network with a certain person I want to network with or whatever, then I'll say yes. The reality is, you're not gonna see me become a new member of the Sidemen or become a new member of the Beta Squad or whatever they're called. Or like, you're not gonna see me doing videos with Harry and Philly, and we're all talking. We're chatting to girls for their content.
20,
I don't do all that.
20 versus 1 in them.
Like 20 versus 1. It bangs views, don't get me wrong.
But you did do something though.
No, I did
the Lani Good thing.
Exactly. So I did the Lani Good. So I did Smash or Pass with Lani. Yeah. So I did Smash or Pass with Lani, and she ain't industry. Do you know what I'm saying? She's is this what I'm saying? The people that man fuck with or I've collaborated with, Lani Good, shout out Lani, Gade, Rashante, shout out Rashante as well. That's one of my favorite videos on my channel, the intersex video. Shout him out. Ray, who's from the N, so I knew him from N. So it's not that wasn't a collaboration. That was industry or I didn't know him. Yeah. So then people, and all those people are not mainstream. They're outskirts. Yeah. The ones there, they're outskirts.
Lonnie,
you won't. No one's. Even Chucky online. He brought Rashante to his platform basically off the back of my video with him.
Okay.
And he shouted. He didn't shout. He kind of shouted me out. He said, "Oh yeah, I saw you with a light skin brother. Was it Tropical? Oh no, Topical Juice." Chucky ain't ever shouted me. He ain't ever shouted me to come on his platform. So it's more like it's more like, you know, I just cut through. I rate these man. I'm happy that they're doing their thing. But England is a very different industry. Like America, they when it comes to content creation, they're a bit more welcoming. Someone with 1 million subscribers will help someone with 10,000 subscribers. In England,
they ain't doing it.
It's bad vibes, G, bad vibes. And that's why I cut through on my own. If I don't blow, it's okay, because I'll go to Southeast Asia and I'll live there forever. Like I don't fear failure. I don't fear all this. I just want to do something that makes sense for myself. It doesn't work, we move on to the next.
I hear it. It is what it is. I hear it.
But yeah.
So obviously, future plans now for the pod and for you obviously, like you said, obviously you want to move. First thing first, you want to move out the UK. You've said that quite a few times on your priority. It's a priority for you.
For sure, it's a priority.
What will that kind of, like, for you? What will that do for you? Like, do you feel like it? Because you say it's a priority for you. Why is it so much of a priority? Because it's something you mention quite a lot.
I say it a lot.
I can't wait to move out this country.
Yeah, I say it a lot.
Do you know what I mean? Like, UK's washed and all of that. Like, why do you feel that way?
You know what it is? I'm well traveled, and I'm fortunate. I say fortunate. I made life choices years ago, 10 years ago, to travel more. So I traveled to Thailand in 2015. It was the first time I'd ever traveled somewhere like that, very far, and it opened my eyes. You know, the world. That's the penny dropped for me in 2015. The world is bigger than Southeast London. So from that moment on, I started to travel the world. So the year after that, I did an internship in Shanghai in 2016. So I lived in China for 2 months. And I had an internship out there. I lived out there. I then went to Brazil in 2017. I went to this place. I went to that place. I've been to this. I've been all over the world. And I realized that the world, everything that the UK teaches us about the world that's out there, it's not real. Like, it's propaganda, whether it's China, whether it's Russia, whether it's the Middle East. Oh yeah, they don't like gays out there. They don't like women out there. Why has my black auntie been living in Qatar for 8 years, bro? Like, it's not what you think it is. Yeah, of course there's drawbacks. Yes, the Middle East, of course, has certain things that you have to adapt to. Even us as men, bro, I had to wear long sleeves to go to the museum because it was a religious place. Okay. So it's not just women, it's not gays. It's like it's a thing. It's the culture. Yeah. So it's like you have to you adapt. So anyway, the point is, I started to question. You're thinking all these things we've been taught, they're not what you think they are. So when you go to these places, you get a different perspective on the world. You start learning more, and I realized, as I've gotten older, all the things I valued growing up aren't what I want. So I valued money. I valued materialistic things. I wanted a nice car. I wanted a nice chain, clothes, whatever it was. I wanted these things. But why did you want it? Because we never really had it growing up. Okay, cool. But what do I actually value? I value nature. I value the sun, the sea, stars, animals, the trees. Like, I literally, the wind blowing, when it's pissing down with rain, and you're just sitting here hearing the rainfall. That shit is, it resonates with me, you feel me? So it's like, as I've gotten older. So anyway, long story short, I realized the UK can't offer me that. Yes, you can go to Lake District. There's obviously this beautiful place in the UK, which I'm yet to see, but I know, without trying to be biased, I'm sure there's some stuff, there's some nice stuff.
Yeah, I've been there. I've been in like Lake District.
I've heard it's nice.
Yeah, bro. What? Some of the scenery, some of the places you're like, Ross. Like, I didn't even know. You feel like you're not in the UK.
Could breathe. Could conjure this up.
Newquay.
That's like Cornwall sides, isn't it?
Yeah. Cornwall sides, bro. I went there. This is back when I used to do security and that. And shout out A&H security.
The SIA license. You still got that? Yeah.
I got that, fam. Just in case.
Come on, man.
Nah, come on. Big up. Shout out Adam, man. My brother Adam got a company, A&H security, doing really well, bro. Like, he's really started from the ground up, and it's a big up Adam, man. But yeah, like, I was doing that, and I went to Newquay Boardmasters.
I was meant to work there this year, but I cancelled.
I went there last year or whatever. Yeah, last year, because I've done a few festivals last year. That's how I went to Glastonbury that year and done security there. Ended up performing.
What, last year?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course you did. Because
I performed at
Glastonbury.
Yeah,
you did. Because I remember your story saying that. I was shocked that you were there because I was working there last year. So I was with you, bro. I was at Glastonbury the same time you were there.
That's brave. Yeah, I was at Shangri-La. The Truth stage. Closed that. The guy there, I was chatting to my man for time, and he was like, just through the week, and it was jokes because I remember walking in, I was going to tell him, someone's there to see him, and the guy who runs the thing, obviously he must have had like a big bag of ganja in it. Yeah. And obviously I've walked in there and he just kind of pulled it down. I'm like, bro, it's cool, relax, man. It's all right.
Build it up, man.
You get me, build it up. And then he was like, man, just grabbed a little bunch and just gave me some. I was like, yeah, do your thing. I goes, I appreciate you. But yeah, big up Chris Tofu. Shout out my brother Chris, man, who got me patterned with the thing I ended up performing. At Glastonbury. It was mad, bro. Like 4,000 people.
Yeah, I definitely messaged you at the time. I'm sure I saw your story at the time. That's why it's coming back to me.
It was crazy. But yeah, so that same year I went to Boardmasters, and yeah, it's a nice place in the world. So there are definitely some nice places in the UK. But I do hear you on the thing. It's like, yeah, for me personally, I don't think I could live in just like to be somewhere else, bro. To live somewhere else, like, you know what I mean? There's so many ways now that like you can still be connected and work, but you don't have to live in the country you work in,
bro.
Especially for yourself who does the content creating and stuff like that. Do you think it will change though, like in regards to kind of like the content that you create when you move away and that? Do you think because you're not necessarily in the UK and you're not around the UK, do you feel like your content will kind of like fluctuate a bit differently? Or are you going to kind of keep your kind of ear to the ground?
The content will be the same. As long as the algorithm blesses me the same, like as long as it doesn't think that I'm now in a different country, so it doesn't suddenly starts pushing me to different people. I'd rather, as long as it pushes me to the same audience, I'm going to, because whether I'm in the country or not, social media is perfect. Your Shade Boroughs and your UK gossips, whatever it is, these platforms, these Instagram pages are good at consolidating like information for man to quickly, whatever. So the content's going to be the same. I probably will create a second channel.
Okay.
That's completely separate from Topical Juice.
Okay.
But I might call it Journey Juice or something like that. You know,
okay.
Journey Juice is more
like a little olive branch off.
Yeah,
off Topical
you feel me?
Juice.
So it's like, you know, from Journey Juice, I don't know what that means to other people, but what that meant to us is that, you know, when you pre-drink, obviously when you're leaving, if you're say we had a motive in North London and we're from South, we would journey juice from South to North. So you're traveling, you're literally drinking on the train, you're drinking when you get we call it journey juice.
Got that water bottle, fam.
Of course,
full
exactly.
Of
the water bottle, all of that full of Ray, you feel me? So all of that. So journey juice, but obviously rather than making an alcohol focus, it's more we're traveling, we're journey juice. So that's probably what I would create a second channel more around Southeast Asia, trying foods, more vlogging.
But
the content will be exactly the same. Yeah, it'd be exactly the same as long as the algorithm's still in my favor. Yeah, fine. But bro, if it's not, and I fall off the grid or whatever, it is what it is, man. Like I want to make it because I want to be an entrepreneur and be my own boss and whatnot. But bro, this world, this life is, you never know what it ebbs and flows. You just don't know, man. I've had a bit of growth right now, which is great, but you never know what's gonna happen. Yeah,
because your thing really has, like, obviously, I don't know if we mentioned it on the pod already or they was downstairs. I can't remember now, but yeah, like your thing has definitely grown. Like I would say over the past, like.
This year in general,
this year, bro, this year, you've done really, like, and listen, bro, like, genuinely, bro, as a brother who watches you, like, I'm happy to see it, bro. I
appreciate you, G, man.
Because I've seen the journey from the start.
From off the rip, man.
From the jump, really. So, like, to see that and now to see where you are now, for me, it's like, yeah, man, like, it's good to see.
You know what it is, yeah? I'm extremely grateful with the growth, bro, but I have to keep it chilly with you. And that's why I enjoy, I don't really do podcasts often at all. It's probably my second or third, I think, of all time. But, like, it's a good opportunity to be a bit more free. But like the thing is with YouTube is like, I'm so happy with the growth that I've had, but I'm very anxious. Like I'm not an anxious person. Anxiety is not in my DNA. And I know a lot of people with anxieties, whatever. The only thing I seem to get anxious about is the bigger I get, because I don't, as I said to you earlier in the pod, I don't want fame. So for me, I do get a bit anxious, like when my subscribers go up, and it's just more people to look at you, more people to hate you. It makes me feel a bit weird. Like I don't really. I was even bait before YouTube, if I'm being honest. Like people knew who I was because my Instagram was kind of popping before it got deleted. So people knew who I was in London, whatever. But it's like when you're like hood famous or bait. It's different to like
different sort of thing.
Motherfuckers stopping you on the street and like actually chatting to you. Oh man, what's your thing? Every single person that stops me on the street, it feels like the first person that ever did it. I love it that much in terms of like it makes me feel so great that someone resonated with me so much that they want to subscribe and then talk to me in real life. But at the same time, the bigger I get, I'm not built for this millions and millions of followers business. I'm not built for this everyone knowing your business. It's Justin Bieber fame when you can't open the door. Like literally, I'm not built for that, bro. I'm really not. Like I just want peas and peace. Money and peace.
So and I ask this again, not to like, well, why you? But like,
go on.
For the listeners and for the viewers, especially.
Ask them hard questions, lad.
Ask them questions. You get
questions,
me?
Lad. Go on.
No, but genuinely, like, so obviously, if you say you're not in it for the fame and stuff, which listen, some people aren't, but a lot of people on the YouTube thing and entertainment industry is. Yeah. Why do you do it then? What's your driving force to be doing this? What's your why? Why do you do what you do then? If you don't want that.
So the first thing is, I might not want fame. It just goes hand in hand with what I'm doing. But it ties back in with what I was saying earlier. You know, 2019 was a year that I started to use YouTube as therapy. So YouTube has been very therapeutic for me to give myself a platform to express myself. It just so happens that expressing myself has gotten me to a platform where there's people that actually listen to me. I'm not as in it's not millions. Yeah. It's 60,000, coming up to 60,000. But I could feel the whole Arsenal stadium, which is crazy. Like to put it into that perspective. Obviously, people, as I said, it's people much bigger than me. I enjoy it. You know, I enjoy giving my opinion. But as I said, I'm trying to find a balance where I express myself, and if I get bigger doing it, great. But the bigger I get, the more private I'm becoming. You know, I'm not, as I said, I'm private on YouTube. I have to personally accept people that follow me. But I do it because, as I said, all I've ever wanted is to be myself unapologetically. So if I can just give my opinion on certain things and express myself, that's enough for me. That's, you know, and not to mention, I don't think I'm really good at much else. I'm talented in a lot of things. I can. Whether it's corporate work or actually sports, you know, whether it's boxing or I'm naturally kind of athletic, so I'm good at certain things, but it's like I never really excelled in really too much. Like, so to be in a position where I can just press play on or press record on a camera, give my opinion, upload it, it's great. But also saying that just to add some points to that, I've also got to the point now where I actually have to be mindful about what I say. Because back when I had no subscribers, I could give my opinion willy-nilly and not really think there's going to be an outcome. But now I'm giving my opinion and people are like doing videos off the back of my opinion and like all this. I'm seeing, bro, I've got to a point where I'm getting, like there's fake stories about me. Bro, I'm at that level. As in I couldn't believe, bro, I'm at that level. I couldn't believe it. I sent it to the group chat. Last week. A video, it said, Topical Juice gets exposed by gigs at Diddy party. So as in, the video was 2 AI people, and it sounds so real, by the way. So it's 2 AI people bouncing off each other. So imagine what we're doing now, bouncing off each other, like the same way you just said, then like really like conversational.
Yeah.
They got 2 AI voices doing what we're just doing now. And the story is completely made up. Wow. And it's like, oh shit, I said to the man then, am I famous? Like I said, yo, I couldn't even. I'll tell you the whole story now. It literally said, apparently Topical Juice. Apparently Cam went to a party, met Diddy. Met Gigs. Apparently I said to Gigs, I want to. I only watched the video once or twice. I want to service you or something like that. That was a code word for me compromising myself to Gigs. I can be part of this whole thing. So as in people are literally, as in I've never met Gigs. Never met to Diddy party in my life. I don't know these people, but as in like they're making up rumors about me. So it's like, oh shit, I'm at a level, and that's what also makes me anxious, bro. Yeah. I'm not even famous. I got 60,000 subscribers on YouTube nearly, and people are already making up stories about me. That makes me anxious, bro. All that evil eye, all that stuff. It doesn't. I don't really want all that. So it's kind of, it's a weird position to be in, because people. Sorry to interject, but people will be like, I mean, some people might be like, well, why is he on a podcast then? If he doesn't want this, I understand, but it's not that thing. It's not about like, you don't go on podcasts. I don't go on podcasts or whatever for fame. Yeah. You know, otherwise I'd be going for I'd be angling myself to go on the biggest platforms ever. I go on it to show people a different side to me, or a side that they wouldn't see in a 10-minute video. So you get an understanding of who I am. It's more about showcasing who I am as a person. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not about fame.
For me as well, that's one of the main reasons why I started this pod as well, is the kind of like, okay, cool, you do YouTube. You get me? Like, obviously, Linus is the boxer. Obviously, people we got on, footballers and all kinds of people we've got on the pod. But it's like, what do you do apart from that? Who is that person? Because listen, that's just their title. That's just their job title. There's really, people go through things and people experience things that either push them into the career they're in now, or, do you know what I mean, more like shapes them of who they are now. So that's kind of what this podcast was created for about. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So yeah, it makes sense of what you're saying, man. So obviously you got your Patreon as well.
Got a Patreon.
Come on, cheaper than your daily coffee.
Cheaper than your daily
coffee. I told you guys, I watched the thing, cuz.
Research on that.
Okay, I watched the thing.
I even told, listen,
cheaper than your daily coffee.
I even told him. I said, well, he sent me a sheet, you know, the formalities. Yeah, I said, he said, what do you want to talk about? I said, I can't remember what I said. I think I said Diddy. I said Diddy. Because I don't care what to talk about. So I just put something down.
You said Diddy.
I said Diddy, something Patreon.
Yeah, something about the UK, living in the UK.
Living in the UK,
that's it, yeah, living in the UK.
The thing is, I don't actually care what to talk about.
But you see, you like the way I just slipped in the combos. Yeah, come on, man. I'm really about this thing on the podcast, Sit with Roze, you get me?
With Patreon,
you're lively.
The thing is with the Patreon thing, yeah. Now, big up the research thing, by the way.
Come on, come on.
Let's take research, because you actually watched, man. So
yeah. I really watched the thing, but yeah. So the Patreon thing, so
Patreon. So I started my Patreon after I hit 50,000 subscribers on YouTube.
And what's the difference between Patreon to YouTube?
So Patreon is a lot of the topics that I want to talk about on YouTube, but the algorithm may not favor me, or it may be a bit controversial. You know, because when you're talking about, you know, I do a lot of, you know, one of my Patreon videos was exposing I basically said exposing the BBC ring. Oh, right. And I talk about exposing Hollywood's ring and all these things, you know, and I can't really talk about it on YouTube, because even putting the word in the title, it's done. It's getting demonetized immediately, like, off the rip.
Topical Juice is like the UK Jaguar, right, or some shit. Like, you're really going on that thing. Jaguar, right, goes in, man. She's funny though,
she
boy.
Goes in. Well,
she's like, that's the reason. Why do you think Jay-Z went to co-op?
I fuck with Jag though.
No, I fuck with her, bro. But she's always got, someone would say something.
She's real intense. She's real
intense, bro. And she's like, see, that's the reason why Jay-Z shops at Tesco's and not Sainsbury's. I'm like, yo, Jag.
She's unattended.
No, she goes in.
She ain't no loopy though, or loony. She's really in. She was inside the industry. She's worked with Jay-Z. She worked with the Roots.
Yeah. But that thing. But yeah, that's what I feel like. That's what kind of your, like, you don't care who you're talking about. So to go back, the Patreon thing basically is more kind of like you have more freedom talking about what you want to talk about.
So if I could talk. If I could do the same content on YouTube, I would. Okay. It's purely to express myself and talk about the things I really want to talk about, but also it's another avenue to make money. Yeah, and it's only, as you say, it's cheaper than your daily coffee, £3.50. Come on,
so
it's £3.50, or you can do that upper tier £5.
Come on, hey, you know, listen, that's a large oat latte, literally, with salted caramel syrup at Cafe Nero. Bro, people ban them as well, bro. Nah, I'm not even gonna go into Cafe Nero. Ban them. I don't like them. These man, these man fuck Cafe Nero. I'll be so real.
Your pega, is that your nonce?
Yeah. Fuck them, bro. I'll be so real, pussy house. Anyway, yeah.
Shit then.
Right. Nah, man. Fuck
I don't go
them,
there
man.
anyway. They're kind of expensive.
I'm actually getting vexed thinking about it. You know them ones. Fuck them pussy house. But anyway,
I tell you.
Anyway, cause it's cheaper than your daily coffee.
Cheaper than your daily coffee, and you're getting multiple like videos. You get a video once a week. But I'm actually gonna do a Zoom call with you see the people on the upper tier, so the £5 tier. I'm gonna do a Zoom call with them soon. We were initially talking about a meet and greet, but I'm like, again, I'm just, I would, But one, I'm not the best at organising shit. I'm just too like even emails I've got to send, I'll end up sending them like 3 months later because it's just in my mind.
Listen, if you want to do a meet and greet and you need a venue,
man, see, obviously, you know what I'm saying. This is the perfect venue, man. Obviously, a lot of my people are from. Well, a lot of my people aren't even from. They're from London, but a lot of them. One of my biggest supporters. Her name's Amy. She's gonna love this because I've never met her in my life. She's just a person that's always comments my thing.
Shout out Amy.
Shout out Amy. It's Amy Lee. Shout out Amy
Lee. Come on.
She's part of my upper tier.
Okay.
And she's from Newcastle.
Okay.
Any live, she's on it. Any Patreon, she's on it. Any video, she's the first to comment. Like she is literally a real one. She's from Newcastle.
Okay.
So there's people all around.
Newcastle gal love us brothers though, you know. They love.
They don't really get all that up there too tough.
My brother, I'm telling you, I went up to Newcastle, fam. Them gal were like, yo, I was with one of my brethren. You get me? And Shorty was chatting to man and goes, You're cute, but you are gorgeous. I was just like,
different levels, bro.
Listen,
honestly.
Big up the Newcastle gal. And then
the
Liverpool gal as well.
Liverpool.
All them gal up north, bro. What? Yeah, they fuck with us, so I'm not surprised. You get me?
You feel me? So there's a lot of them out there. She comments on all my videos. She says, love you.
Oh,
everybody with bare hearts. And I'm like, rah.
Ross, you hear that click? That's brazy. I don't know if they heard that click.
I send nudes. I'm joking.
I'm joking. You can't mix business and pleasure, dog. But yeah, my man, yeah. So allegedly, right? I was out one night, yeah, and I was obviously, you get me doing my thing, drinking. I'm in the smoking area, chatting to shorties, and apparently. So I was chatting to this one shorty and she was alright, you get me? Then I don't know what she looked like now, but then she was alright. And she was like, oh yeah, like, oh, so you did the music thing? I was like, yeah, man, does the music thing, boom, boom, boom. She's like, oh, like, you know, like my dad is my man. You feel me? This is time ago, fam. Fam, I swear to you, exclusive thing. But
she
no,
must know me then, boy, because her dad.
Hey, but she said, yeah, my dad's like, I don't really talk to him though, like, you know what I mean?
So
like, obviously,
dad as well. Yeah, so not surprising.
I mean, listen, one of them ones there where she was like, I don't know if this is true, but like, she showed me her ID and her last name was my man's last name. Damn. So I was like, Ross, like, I goes, you're capping. You know? She's like, no, look. And I goes, all right, cool. How many people have got that?
Of course.
You get me? Yeah. But allegedly, that was her daughter, like his daughter. So I was like, rah. Like, boom. And she's like, yeah, I can kind of get you in the door. Da, da, da. I was like, listen, I'm good in it. I do my thing indie. Like, listen.
Imagine having a daughter and treating women like that.
Right.
That's ridiculous.
Right. And the killer was, she was like, yeah, I don't really see, like, but he'd do anything to get me on side. Talking the mad thing. Obviously, you know what gal will like when they're drunk, innit?
Yeah.
You get me with a drink. Trust me. You know, swaying. You get me? Drink all spilling up. You get me? Like, I don't, you know what, one thing though, like, that just put me off shorty anyway was like, you know, like, bro, my girl had like this really nice dress on, look down, and some beat down, muddy up Air Force Ones, cause white ones. I was like, yeah. I'm
not even fresh.
No, you know what I'm talking about, innit? Like bare crease up and
the brown,
blood
clot. No good, man.
I was like, yeah, okay. I'm
coming
out.
like your black things right now.
Hey,
black
what?
Air Force.
Bro,
these are clean. These are clean.
My things are okay.
Listen, if you don't know, he's got a black Air Forces on. He's trying to step on you.
Hey,
you think you're stepping on?
I'm just saying, but these are clean. My thing ain't crease up like her thing.
Your thing's hard.
Okay.
No Diddy, bro. No Diddy, by the way. Yeah.
You're talking crazy, bro. That rum got to you, boy. But yeah, man. But listen.
Yeah, forget that guy, man.
Yeah, bun him. But is there anything that you wanna say to the pod? Maybe a question for me or a question or anything that you basically want to promote.
What's my YouTube channel called?
Huh?
What's my YouTube channel called?
At Topical Juice, no?
Say it again.
At Topical Juice. Topical, hey, it's true.
You know that's the wickedest thing is, yeah. I was gonna draw you out initially at the start, but I thought let's see how many times.
Oh, in the intro, yeah. In the intro, allow it, man.
The intro was so perfect as well.
I'm dyslexic, man. Allow me, I'm dyslexic.
Hey, don't get twisted, yeah. He really does watch me. He knows my thing.
No, bro.
But you know, it's a dyslexic thing. She gotta be. Yeah. What's my YouTube called?
Topical Juice. You understand? But listen,
Topical Juice. That's what I got asked.
Nah, man really watches your thing though.
Nah,
you know, because I message, like, we talk a lot. Like I said,
sure.
We talk a lot, bro, about your thing. So obviously, yeah, I wanna first of all, obviously, thank you for traveling down and coming.
Nah, man, come on, man. I appreciate you having me down, bro.
But also, like, yeah, man, like, well done on all your successes so far. And like I said in the toast, bro, there's many more to come, bro. And I just yeah, all I do is wish the best for you, bro, and I know you're gonna elevate in whatever you want to do, bro. Obviously we covered quite a lot today, And the last question I got for
Nah,
you,
please,
bro,
man, ask away.
And I ask this to everyone that comes on my show.
They're like a consistent thing.
What's the best advice you've ever been given? And who was that from? It could be career or just in life. What's the best or one of the best advices you've been given in your life so far?
Damn, man.
Yeah, it's a serious one, isn't it?
We're gonna be sitting here for a while. You have to edit this. This is gonna be a long space. It's gonna be a long pause. I'm trying to think. The biggest advice. You know what? It sounds mad. But I learn I'm kind of wise. So a lot of the advice I've been given is kind of for myself.
Okay.
You know, it's a lot of I'm very self-sabotagey. I'm the person that sabotages the most, but I'm also the person that positively self-talks the most. You know what? It's a difficult question to ask. You know, I think to answer, but I feel like maybe I suppose the only thing that comes to my mind is it's not really relevant to YouTube or anything like that, but it's actually. I know there's a lot better things I can say, but I think the only thing that seems to be coming to my mind that seems to be cropping up is not all relationships are meant to last.
Okay.
So I say it a lot in my videos. I say it a lot to my friends. It is relationships, and it's not romantic. Any relationship, whether it's platonic or relationship, not all relationships are meant to last. And a lot of people struggle with a friendship coming to an end, a relationship coming to an end, and that's not. It's okay to mourn the end of a relationship. That's okay. That's amazing. Or not amazing. That's normal. It's healthy to mourn it. You can't just be toxic and just numb yourself. You know, mourn the end of a relationship. But for me, it's important to realize that some people enter your life for a weekend. Some of it is a day, some of it's a week, some of it's a year, some of it's 10 years, some of it's for life. But not all relationships are meant to last. And it's annoying because I know I've got a lot more gems up in its noggin, but I can't really. That's the one that's really coming to my mind, and I feel like a lot of people should really try and really let that sink in, because a lot of people struggle to, especially when it comes to romantic relationships ending, even friendships. It's important to realize that if anyone who's still in your life to this day, cherish them. Because there's a reason why they're still in your life today. You know, it's what I said to you earlier about if you're still, the fact that I'm even here, the fact that we still engage, this being the first time we've met each other, there's a reason why I reply to your messages and we talk and all these things.
It don't feel like it though.
What do you mean?
I feel like I'm like seeing you, like, you know, I mean, like obviously meeting you today, I was like, all right, I'm seeing my man again. Like, it didn't actually feel like the first time we met face to face.
It didn't, exactly. And that's what I'm saying. It's not, it's because we're at a level where we're comfortable, or we know deep down that we're very similar. Whatever. So it's like naturally, real recognize real, innit? So naturally, you just kind of, you know what I'm saying? You just can't. But yeah. So basically, cherish anyone that's still in your life today. Cherish them. If for some reason they're not in your life, there's a reason for that. And you know, and it's okay. It's okay to let people go, because you can grow from that. Where you can grow from that. And you know, I've had best friends from 10+ years who I don't speak to no more. I spoke to them in 5 years, and that was okay. You added value to my life, and we added value to each other's lives for 10 years. Unfortunately, we don't speak no more. Or fortunately, unfortunately, however you look at it, congrats or not. I'm sorry, whatever you want to say it, but. That'll probably be the only advice that's really coming up. There's a lot more to that.
No, there's bare, bro. Mine changes all the time.
Definitely. You know, especially if I've got more time and I can really think about, I don't know, trauma and all these things. You can really think about how to navigate things like that. Yeah. But yeah, man. But ultimately, that's kind of what I would say on that one. Yeah, what I would say on that one. But what about you, man? What's a life lesson that you've learned, or that you would share to the people then?
Boy, do you know what? One recently, my brother Martel. My dog, you get me?
Shout out
Shout out
Come on, Martel.
He's really like the older brother though. The older brother,
the
like
OG.
my man. Yeah,
we need OGs out here, man.
You know, one of them ones that will just say like, you get me? I got like certain brothers for certain things.
Yeah,
like,
of course.
My other brother, Steph, he's more kind of like, he's wise. He'll give you wise advice. You know what I mean? He's one of them brothers, like, and obviously like he's a real like proper true Christian man as well. So he kind of comes at it from that angle where Martel will kind of come at you from like, yo, you need to fix up. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. And I was talking to him about like what I want to do, and I was like, I want to do it now and whatever. He said to me, listen, pressure burst pipes.
But it also makes diamonds. Cuz. And I was like, you know what? I goes, it does. When I deeped it, I goes, that's some real shit. Yeah. He goes, listen, you have to put pressure on the right things. It's like, you can't just
be putting pressure on yourself, because what you're doing is enough. You just need to continue doing it. And if you keep putting pressure on the right thing and you keep doing it, that diamond will come, in it. You just got to take your time with it. So yeah, for me at the moment, like I said, that's probably the most one. Like that's probably the most.
And the reason why I asked is because it would help. One, because I like to know, but it also would you literally triggered something else that I wanted to talk about. Now you've inspired a new thing, and it's also don't idol worship. I need to make that clear right now.
You say that a lot.
I say it a lot.
You say that a lot.
And it's because when you mentioned Christianity, that triggered that thought process. It's like don't. All this false fake idols, don't put all these people on pedestals, myself included. Yeah, I am flawed. I am not perfect. If you really knew the real me, you'd realize I'm not. Yeah, I can come across like this, but I'm not. There's good and bad in all of us. You understand? So it's don't put me on pedestal. Don't idol worship your favorite rappers. Don't. They are humans. They piss. They shit. They pick their nose. They bleed. Listen, they might put their hands down their pants and whatever. They might do some dodgy things like that. Listen, everyone's got their little weird little quirks. Don't. So it's like, man, I'm saying you, them little. They might scratch their arse and
their back and give a quick one.
I'm saying, I'm telling you, so don't put no one on pedestals, myself included. We are human beings, bro. I'm telling you, these people, a lot of people are fake. Especially when you meet your idols as well, you realize all these people are, as I said, I'm a big fan of a lot of people, but I've realized they're just not what what you think they are, innit? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
of course.
It's one of them ones, big dog, man.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Well, listen, like I said, thank you for coming on. Obviously,
come on, bro.
Yeah, man. Obviously, you get me. We'll stay in touch, but
sure.
Obviously, for the viewers, you get me. This has been another episode of Sip with Roze. Please make sure you like the video, hit the bell to be notified, and subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. It's free. You know what I'm saying? It's free.
Trust me. Tell them, man. You're
free. YouTube,
bro. It's free. Clicking that button is free.
Tap that.
If you don't like it, you can always change your mind.
It's the road to 1K right now.
It's the road to 1K, and when you hit that 1K, it feels like a real serious milestone, bro. You're gonna love it, man. It's a real good feeling. But actually, just before we go, also just don't get too sucked into the internet. I gotta make that so clear. I sometimes find myself looking at comments. It's affecting my mood. It's not real. As soon as you lock your phone, all of that's gone. It's just back to you in your room and chilling with your parents or whatever, your mum, your dad, your friends, your brothers, whatever. It's not real. So it's like, it's okay. You express yourself how you want to express yourself. Come on. Say it unapologetically. Say it with chest. And if people don't like it, fuck you.
Fuck you, pussy. All right, pussy. Dirty boy, come off my thing. For real. Is there anything else you wanna promote? Anyone else you wanna shout out on the pod?
Sip with Roze, man. Just to make sure you promote that. Obviously, my Patreon is cheaper than your daily coffee, $3.50. And that's it, man. That's it. You can all eat. And if anyone wants to do the same shit, be a content creator. Doesn't matter how saturated the market is. There's only one you. You feel me? There's only one you. So you just express yourself. We can all eat, and maybe, hopefully, in a few years' time, we can all just collaborate together. People
listen, trust me, cuz.
Come on, man.
Trust me. This is not a one-time thing. You get me? I might honour you in a year, 2 year time. Be like, yo, fam, let's jump on the next thing.
Hopefully, man will be 1 million or 100,000 deep by then.
What?
So, yeah,
come on, cuz.
Inshallah.
Yeah.
Inshallah.
Come on, cuz. Well, listen.
For sure.
For the viewers, for the listeners, thank you for tuning in. There'll be another episode and multiple episodes, as you know. This has been Kori Roze, and you have been listening to Sip with Roze.
Boom.
Peace.
Done now. Come on. That's what's up, G. Thoroughly enjoyed that, big dog.
Yes, Lord.
Enjoyed that one, man. That was good.